Namaskar, dear students. We all here to understand the process of combustion in spark ignition engine. So, continue with the unit 2, combustion in SI engine. The combustion of the fuel air mixture in the form of vapors inside the engine cylinder is the process that produces engine power. The engine output power, efficiency and exhaust gas emission depend upon the quality of combustion. So, the quality and instantaneous development of combustion flame depend on maximum atomization of the fuel particles, homogeneous charge means mixture of air fuel ratio in a perfect manner. The more way to understand the homogeneous charge, that is, the each moles of the fuel can be react with the each mole of the air. So that is called the perfect homogeneous charge. The third one is the quality of air. Quality of air related with the purity of the air and the maximum percentage of the oxygen moles available in the air. Secondly, the temperature of air also affect the combustion quality. Means if the temperature of air is more than recommended temperature, that is 30 degrees Celsius, then the density of the air is weak and the content of the moisture inside of the air, it reduce the flame initiation. The fourth point is the percentage of oxygen available in atmospheric air. So once again it is related with the density level and temperature of the air. Fifth one, again it's air temperature and density of the air. Now, the terminology that is called the atomization refer to separating fuel into fine particles. So, as the fuel convert in a more fine particle, it is better to react with the moles of the air, or we can say that the whatever oxygen moles available in the air, it will be perfectly connect or react with the each fuel particle. So it is the process of breaking bulk liquids into small droplets. In automobile, you can hear the name of the carburetor. So carburetor is a device to produce the atomized spray of the air and fuel. The next one is the homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture is the form by combining the air and fuel particle in a desirable ratio. The quality of air refers to dust-free clean air and percentage of oxygen referred to available in atmospheric air. Air temperature and density refer to the incoming air from the atmosphere for combustion. The standard research parameters have recommended the flow of intake air should be allowed for combustion at the typical standard ambient condition to achieve complete combustion. The standard ambient condition is the dry air pressure should be 736.6 mmHg, and with that level of the pressure, the water vapor pressure should be 9.65 mmHg, and the temperature of air should be not more than 29.4 degrees Celsius, and for this temperature of air the density of air is 1.1644 kg per meter cube. So this is the ideal condition to initiate the combustion process in any kind of spark ignition engine or compression ignition engine. Further, the process of combustion is a chemical reaction. There are two types of chemical reaction. One is the exothermic, in which heat energy is liberated, and the other is endothermic, in which heat energy is absorbed. So the combustion of fuel in internal combustion engine is a fast exothermic reaction where oxygen obtained from the air is usually one of the reactants. The another reactant is the fuel, that is called the hydrocarbon fuels. So the conversion of chemical energy into thermal energy is important for producing power in IC engine, and the law of thermodynamics and the conservation of mass are used for the analysis. In internal combustion engine, gaseous fuels are used. The liquid hydrocarbons such as gasoline, kerosene, and diesel fuel are common fuels. The gasoline fuel is a mixture of many hydrocarbons. The alcohols, ethanol and methanol, and blend of fuel called gasol, that is 90% of the petrol and 10% of the ethanol, and the other gaseous fuel like liquid petroleum gas and compressed natural gas are also used as a fuel in IC engine. Let us understand the property of air before going deeply in the theory of combustion. Remember, in internal combustion engine, the combustion of fuel takes place in the presence of air and not pure oxygen. As we know, the air contains many gases like oxygen, nitrogen, argon, etc. The volumetric composition of air is approximately 21% of oxygen and 78% of nitrogen and 1% of argon. So, it is very clear that our basic need to produce the good quality of combustion, the oxygen play very important role, but it is available in very less amount compared with the nitrogen, and nitrogen is unwanted gas during or producing the combustion and reaction. So nitrogen and argon gas not actively participate in the chemical reaction during combustion, and it is assumed that the volumetric air proportions are 21% oxygen and 79% nitrogen, and that for 100 moles of air there are 21 moles of oxygen and remaining 79 moles of the nitrogen. So mole of nitrogen divided by mole of oxygen, that is 79 by 29, it is comes under 3.76. Therefore, for each mole of oxygen in air, there are 3.76 moles of nitrogen. To account for argon, which is clubbed with nitrogen, and the equivalent molecular weight of nitrogen is taken as 28. In terms of mass, air contains approximately 23% oxygen and 77% nitrogen. The basic stoichiometric, or we can say that the chemical correct air fuel mixture, is represented by equation for air fuel reaction for hydrocarbon fuel. The CH18 is a hydrocarbon fuel that is called the gasoline or petrol, and when it react with the oxygen and obviously the nitrogen also available, they produce the carbon dioxide, water and nitrogen, right? So in the above chemical equations, only a chemical correct amount of oxygen is considered. The stoichiometric or the chemical correct amount of air required to oxidize the reactants is called the theoretical air. So that the stoichiometric or the chemical correct air fuel ratio is the theoretically correct mixture of fuel and air for complete combustion. This is the basic requirement, the correct amount of the air fuel mixture. So understand the what is the correct amount of air fuel mixture. It is required to burn the or initiate the combustion or burn the fuel. This is like that. The 1 gram of fuel is required for complete burning is 14.7 gram of the air. So in terms with the automobile, when to start the engine from the cold start means the engine should be switch off last 7 or 6 hours. So when to start the engine with the cold, that is requirement of the air fuel ratio is 9 is to 1, means 9 gram is the requirement of the air to start burn the fuel of the 1 gram. Similarly, once the engine start and idling speed is stable, again the air fuel ratio is required is 12 is to 1, slightly moderate. As we run the vehicle and reach up to the speed of the 70 to 80 kilometers, or we can say that the more than 60 kilometer per hour speed in the top gear, then the lean mixture is supplied for the combustion, that is 14.7 is to 1, means 14.7 gram is air and 1 gram is the fuel. But in a new generation vehicles, the lean air fuel ratio also used, and that will be goes up to 22 is to 1, means to complete combustion of 1 gram fuel required is 22 gram of the air. Once again, here the important point, we always talk about the 22 grams the air, but as we know the percentage of oxygen is available approximate 21, and remaining is the 79 is the nitrogen. So once we talk about the air, if suppose we select or choose the 22 gram of air, so hardly 5 grams or oxygen are available in this air. So to produce the flame inside the combustion chamber, the level of the oxygen is very less, and it is very difficult to ignite or produce the powerful combustion inside the combustion chamber. So in theory, when combustion is achieved with air, no oxygen is obtained in the exhaust gas products. But in real life practice, it is not possible. It's true that more oxygen moles are required for complete combustion to react with each moles of fuel, and there are possibilities that few oxygen moles without reaction available after combustion. Means during combustion, sometimes due to another condition which we will discuss in a later on, the mole of the oxygen are not perfectly react with the each mole of the fuel particle. So because of that, few oxygen moles and few fuel moles are passes away through in the exhaust gas without reaction. And with at high temperature, combustion chamber temperature, these oxygen moles which is not react or burn inside of the combustion chamber, it reacted with the nitrogen particles outside the combustion chamber and produced the nitrogen oxide. It is very harmful gas and dangerous gas. So to identify difference between actual mixture and correct mixture, the equivalence ratio is noted by phi is introduced. This is defined as the ratio of the actual air fuel ratio to the stoichiometric fuel air ratio. It may also be defined as a stoichiometric fuel air ratio to actual air fuel ratio. So if the equivalence ratio phi is greater than unity or 1, the mixture is said to be rich, and if phi is less than unity, the mixture is said to be weak. The spark ignition engine may normally run with both rich and weak mixture, but the compression ignition engine normally run with weak mixture only. So the inverse of equivalence ratio phi is called the relative air fuel ratio represented by lambda. For the conditions applicable for the lean mixture when the phi is less than 1, for stoichiometric or chemical correct air fuel mixture the phi is equal to 1, and when vehicle in an accelerate mode then the rich mixture is required to produce the more power than the phi is greater than 1. Even when the flow of air and fuel mixture into an engine is controlled exactly at the stoichiometric condition, combustion will not be perfect. And pollutants like CO, CO2 and NOx, that is carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide and nitrogen oxides are found in the exhaust gases. One major reason for this is the extremely short time available for each engine cycle, means very less time available for complete mixing or producing the homogeneous charge just before the inlet valve, and not complete or mixing or producing the homogeneous charge when it comes in a contact with the spark plug. Maybe it comes in the form of multiple layers, and suppose the layer of the fuel only comes in a contact with the spark plug, it cannot start burn. So the importance of the homogeneous charge is very necessity, and the second importance is the available of the time. So during mixing, some fuel molecules do not find an oxygen molecules to react with, and small quantities of both fuel and oxygen available in the exhaust. SI engines have a combustion efficiency in the range of 95% to 98% for lean mixture and lower value for rich mixture. Combustion efficiency directly connected with the volumetric efficiency. Volumetric efficiency is the breathing capacity of the engine. आप कितना ज़्यादा एक बार में सांस ले सकते हैं उतना ज़्यादा एयर आप अपने हार्ट में फील करेंगे, and the quantity of air more, we assume that the quantity of oxygen moles is more. So the more quantity of oxygen means better reaction with the each moles of the fuel particle. So the combustion efficiency is touch around 95 to 98% when you drive the vehicle in a full throttle, means the complete or full throttle, the air flow is free flow, is totally come without any restriction for the combustion purpose. In a regular spark ignition engine, a homogeneous mixture of air and fuel is supplied. The combustion in a gaseous fuel air mixture ignited by spark from a spark plug. This is the simple and process. The ignited mixture rapidly spread in a form of flame within the combustion chamber. So, the further understand the process of combustion. The process of combustion in spark ignition engine is divided in three stages. There is the first stage, second stage, and third stage. In the first stage, with considering the figure in the next slide, it's called the preparation phase or ignition leg. It is the basically development of the flame. The starting point of the first stage is from the point A, and where the spark is produced and the development of flame start, and which ends at the point B, means at point A the flame start and at point B it is fully developed. With the development of flame, the pressure inside the combustion chamber slowly start rising. The first stage is mainly a chemical process and depends on the nature of the fuel, temperature, inject pressure of the air fuel mixture and the concentration of the exhaust residual form, which is available in the combustion chamber due to previous cyclic effect and the chemical reaction rate. Again, I repeat this. With the development of flame, the pressure inside the combustion chamber start rising. Means as the flame start develop or initiating, slowly exhaust gases start producing. This will increase the temperature of the combustion chamber as well as increase the pressure. And as the chemical reaction fast, suppose in the combustion chamber when the air fuel mixture connect, 100% oxygen is available. So the reaction rate is very fast. And that also depend on the quality of the fuel. If quality of the fuel is 100% pure, it react very fast. And if the temperature of the combustion chamber is पहले से ही शूट आउट है तो रिएक्शन रेट फास्ट होगा एंड यदि कोल्ड स्टार्ट है 6 से 7 घंटे तक रुका हुआ है तो रिएक्शन रेट स्लोली होगा. आप याद करिए जब आप अपना मोटरसाइकिल को विंटर सीजन में स्टार्ट करते हैं तो स्टार्ट करते ही साथ मोटर बाइक स्टार्ट हो जाता है लेकिन जैसे ही एक्सीलेटर देते हैं वो बंद हो जाता है. जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दैट, बिकॉज आपने एक्सीलेटर दिया तो बहुत ज़्यादा एयर अंदर गया और उस एयर के साथ रिच मिक्सचर भी अंदर गया. उस समय जो स्पार्क प्लग था, जो इंटेंसिटी उसने दिया था उसको फायर करने के लिए वो इनसफिशिएंट था और उसको जो कंबशन चैम्बर का टेम्परेचर था वहाँ से भी सपोर्ट नहीं मिला. सिमिलरली द एग्जॉस्ट गैस रेसिड्यूल्स मीन्स कुछ एग्जॉस्ट गैस के पार्टिकल्स या थोड़ी बहुत एग्जॉस्ट गैस जो प्रीवियस साइकिल के कारण नहीं निकल पाती है. तो एग्जॉस्ट गैस में जैसा हम जानते हैं कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड अवेलेबल है और वो हमेशा फ्लेम को बुझाने या दबाने के काम पे आती है. तो उसकी वजह से भी जो जितना डेवलपमेंट होना चाहिए था, इंस्टेंट डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द फ्लेम का या फायर का, वो नहीं हो पाता है. इट ऑल्सो इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय द लोकल टर्बुलेंस ऑफ इनटेक एयर. लोकल टर्बुलेंस अगेन of intake air, it depends on the how much at pressure level we inject the fuel inside for the combustion chamber. So जैसा कि आप जानते हैं कि आपने ज़्यादा एक्सीलेटर दिया, ज़्यादा क्वांटिटी ऑफ एयर अंदर आया. ज़्यादा क्वांटिटी ऑफ एयर अंदर आया और पिस्टन जब टॉप डेड सेंटर से बॉटम डेड सेंटर को मूव करता है ड्यूरिंग सक्शन स्ट्रोक, तो उस समय इनलेट वॉल जब खुलता है और आपने देखा भी होगा इनलेट वॉल का प्रोफाइल वो नीचे से एक कर्व शेप में बना रहता है, फिर बॉटम पे फ्लैट होता है और जिसकी वजह से मैक्सिमम टर्बुलेंस और स्विल इफेक्ट डेवलप होता है. तो जितना फास्ट टर्बुलेंस, जैसा चक्रवात आपने देखा होगा हवा घूमती हुई जाती है, उतना रैपिडली यदि वो घूमेगा तो फ्यूल पार्टिकल्स और एयर में जो ऑक्सीजन के मोल्स हैं वो परफेक्टली रिएक्शन करेंगे और वो रिएक्शन यदि करेंगे जिसको हम लोग होमोजीनियस चार्ज कहते हैं और वो परफेक्ट कॉम्बिनेशन में यदि स्पार्क प्लग के इलेक्ट्रोड्स को टच करेगा तो इमीडिएटली फ्लेम प्रोपेगेशन होगा. और यदि होमोजीनियस नहीं हुआ, सपोज एक लेयर ऑफ फ्यूल ऊपर है, एक लेयर ऑक्सीजन नीचे है या एयर नीचे है और सिर्फ फ्यूल वहाँ पे गया, तो आप नेचर ऑफ पेट्रोल फ्यूल का जानते हैं कि वो एवोपरेट होते समय ठंडा होता है. तो वो जो इंटेंसिटी ऑफ स्पार्क जो प्रोड्यूस हो रही है वहाँ पे उसको वो किल कर देगा और फ्लेम प्रोपेगेट नहीं होगी. तो कई बार आपने नोटिस किया होगा विंटर में आप जब बाइक या रेनी सीजन में आप बाइक को स्टार्ट करते हो तो वो स्टार्ट होते होते रुक जाती है, बंद हो जाती है. ओके, so it is also influenced by the local turbulence of intake air temperature. The first stage of combustion is also called the ignition leg. Ignition leg, again it's related with the initial period where the development of the flame begins. and at that condition the flame is spread very slowly. So again take the example, if you try to uh, burn the matchstick, और जो माचिस है वो थोड़ा मॉइस्चर से अफेक्टेड है, और जब आप उसको मैच स्टिक से बर्न करने का कोशिश करेंगे तो इनिशियल एक स्ट्रोक में वो बर्न नहीं होगा। जब नंबर ऑफ 2-3 टाइम्स करेंगे तो ड्यू टू फ्रिक्शन वहाँ का जो फास्फोरस का टेम्परेचर लेवल बढ़ेगा और एक पिन पॉइंट पे वो फ्लेम डेवलप होगी, और आप देखिए कि थोड़े से सेकंड के बाद वो धीरे धीरे एक स्फेरिकल शेप लेते हुए वो पूरी माचिस की जो तिल्ली या स्टिक है उसको कैप्चर करती है। This is the figure which shows the stage of combustion in SI engine. So in a first stage, you can check with respect to crank angle and pressure. Means crank angle is the TDC, piston at TDC, and moving for the suction stroke from top dead center to bottom dead center. So this is the suction stroke. The next stage where the compression stroke is begin, and during the compression stroke the air fuel mixture temperature rise, and as the compression stroke close to top dead center again, the peak temperature and pressure develop inside of the combustion chamber. So the same time the spark plug initiate the spark, and that spark react or burn the temperature and pressure increased air fuel mixture. So stage A, the spark initiate and catch the fire air fuel mixture, and up to stage point B in stage 1 the flame is fully developed. So here we can say that the bottom BTDC is represent the before TDC, means piston not achieve the complete top dead center, and just below the top dead center the flame development is start and almost completely grown up in this point of the B. So next stage is stage 2, and you can also observe that between A and B the pressure rise is very limited. Okay, so in the stage 2, that is B, C. In this stage the developed flame propagate in the combustion chamber. The starting and end points of second stage are respectively represented by B to C. At point C, the maximum pressure is attained. Again, we go back to figure. Here you can see the closely after completion of the stage 1. Now the combustion move in a second stage where you can check the distance between B to C that shows the maximum pressure rise. Why it is happen? Because we assume that the perfect homogeneous charge, and once a flame is developed, the layer of spherical flame is continuously burn the layer by layer of the air fuel mixture or homogeneous charge. So at point C it will be reaching the maximum pressure. So when the piston move from uh, bottom dead center to top dead center in the compression stroke, and just before the TDC the spark initiated and flame is completely developed, and same time piston just reached to top dead center where the peak pressure already developed and which will be suddenly pressurized with the huge thrust pressure to the piston from top dead to bottom dead center. This is called the expansion stroke or power stroke. So that point The slowly the flame is on the killing way, मीन्स अपने आप फ्लेम धीरे धीरे बुझना शुरू हो जाएगी और उसकी इंटेंसिटी जो पीक थी वो कम होना शुरू हो जाएगी. दैट इज द बिगिनिंग ऑफ द स्टेज थर्ड. नाउ सो this stage is both a physical and chemical process. The rate of heat release depend on the chemical composition, temperature, pressure and the degree of turbulence in the cylinder. So during this stage, heat transfer to the cylinder wall is low since the burning mixture comes in a contact with a small part of the cylinder wall. The rate of pressure rise is almost proportional to the rate of heat release because during this stage the combustion chamber volume does not change much. So this is the of the stage second. Now come to the stage third. This stage is called the afterburning. Afterburning means the maximum pressure is already developed. Now it is our requirement the flame should be slowly kill or बंद हो जाए और बूझ जाए. The point C indicates the completion of the flame travel, but practically it is not possible. Even after the end of the flame, some of the constituents of the air fuel mixture associates and take heat from the surrounding and then ignite. इस चीज को समझने के लिए आप ऐसा देखिए कि जब इनिशिएशन ऑफ फ्लेम हुआ तब पिस्टन टीडीसी पे पहुंचने वाला था और कंप्रेशन स्ट्रोक चल रहा था. जैसे ही पिस्टन टीडीसी पे पहुंचा उसी समय पीक प्रेशर डेवलप हुआ. कंप्लीटली एयर फ्यूल मिक्सचर बर्न हो चुका. लेकिन प्रैक्टिकली मैंने पहले भी जैसा बताया कि ईच मोल्स ऑफ द ऑक्सीजन पेट्रोल के मोल्स के साथ रिएक्ट नहीं कर पाता है, तो कुछ पेट्रोल के मोल्स कुछ ऑक्सीजन के मोल्स बिना जले हुए वहाँ पे रहते हैं और वो इंतज़ार करते हैं कि कब एग्जॉस्ट वाल्व खुले और वो बाहर निकल जाएंगे. ओके. मीनवाइल जैसे ही वहाँ पे पीक प्रेशर हुआ पिस्टन को तेजी से ऊपर से धक्का लगा, दैट इज कॉल्ड द थ्रस्ट प्रेशर, और पिस्टन टॉप डेड सेंटर से बॉटम डेड सेंटर की तरफ मूव किया जो पावर स्ट्रोक कहलाता है जिसको आप इंजॉय करते हैं. अब ड्यूरिंग द पावर स्ट्रोक स्लोली एग्जॉस्ट वाल्व खुलना शुरू हो जाता है क्योंकि एग्जॉस्ट गैस रेसिड्यूल्स को बाहर निकालने में भी वक्त लगेगा. अब जब ये प्रेशर होता है और पिस्टन ऑलमोस्ट पावर स्ट्रोक में टॉप डेड सेंटर से बॉटम डेड सेंटर की तरफ चल चुका है और आधा रास्ता क्रॉस कर चुका है, उस वक्त जो बचा हुआ फ्यूल पार्टिकल्स था और जो ऑक्सीजन मोल्स थे जो रिएक्ट नहीं हो पाए थे स्पार्क प्लग के करंट की वजह से, सॉरी वोल्टेज की वजह से, वो टेम्परेचर जो कंबशन चैम्बर में बढ़ता है उसके कारण वो बर्न होना शुरू करते हैं. तो जब वो बर्न होना शुरू होते हैं और उस बीच में पिस्टन अपना पूरा पावर स्ट्रोक का जो ट्रैवल है फ्रॉम टॉप डेड सेंटर टू बॉटम डेड सेंटर कंप्लीट कर चुका रहता है और वापस वो ऊपर आता है कि एग्जॉस्ट वाल्व खुल चुका है और एग्जॉस्ट वाल्व से एग्जॉस्ट गैसेस को बाहर निकलना है. लेकिन उसी समय जो ये कुछ बचे हुए फ्यूल पार्टिकल्स ऑक्सीजन पार्टिकल्स के रिएक्ट करके जलना शुरू होते हैं, अगेन वो एग्जॉस्ट गैसेस डेवलप करते हैं, बैक प्रेशर डेवलप करते हैं जो पिस्टन को नीचे दबाने की कोशिश करता है. बट चूंकि पिस्टन आपका कनेक्टिंग और क्रैंकशाफ्ट से कनेक्टेड है तो उसने तो साइकिल कंप्लीट करना है. तो जब वो साइकिल कंप्लीट करना है तो पिस्टन ने तो ऊपर जाना है, लेकिन वहाँ पे जो एग्जॉस्ट गैसेस बची हुई हैं या डेवलप हो रही हैं और प्रोड्यूस हो रही हैं वो पिस्टन पे प्रेशर डालती है कि नीचे जाइए, ऊपर मत आइए. तो दिस स्टेज थर्ड इज कॉल्ड द आफ्टर बर्निंग स्टेज और यही सबसे ज़्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड स्टेज होती है क्योंकि यहाँ पे जो फर्दर फ्लेम प्रोपेगेशन या डेवलपमेंट है वो नहीं होना चाहिए. जैसे ही पॉइंट डी तक आता है द फ्लेम प्रोपेगेशन जो फैलती है वो कंप्लीटली क्लोज हो जानी चाहिए थी. वापस हम ग्राफ में जाते हैं और देखिए कि आप C से जब D में जाता है तो ये वाले पार्ट में पीक प्रेशर राइज होने के बाद पिस्टन तेजी से नीचे जाता है और यहाँ पे जो फ्लेम का जो डेवलपमेंट होना था या फर्दर जो प्रोपेगेशन होना था वो बिल्कुल नहीं होना चाहिए। और यदि ये होगा तो ये पिस्टन को सीवियरली अफेक्ट करेगा, डैमेज करेगा। हो सकता है आपका पिस्टन और कनेक्टिंग रॉड डैमेज हो और इसकी वजह जो होगी वो ये होगी कि ज़रूरत से ज़्यादा टेम्परेचर अंदर प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है कंबशन चैम्बर के अंदर। So the end of this stage is marked with the point D. This point corresponds to the point where equilibrium is reached and after which the products of combustion are assumed to be frozen. During this stage, the flame speed decreases and the rate of combustion is slow, since the expansion stroke has started before this stage. Towards the end of flame travel, that is in stage D, the volume of the unburned change is reduced appreciably and the transposition rate again become negligible. Transposition rate is directly related with the how fast flame propagate or capture the entire combustion chamber area, thereby reducing the flame speed. The reaction rate is further reduced since the flame enters a zone of relatively low turbulence. जैसी चक्रवात हवा जहाँ पे आएगी वहाँ आप देखते होंगे धूल और आसपास का सारा कचरा तेजी से घूमता हुआ ऊपर जाता है। बट यदि हवा धीमे चलती है तो वो सारी चीज़ें ग्राउंड लेवल पे ही रुकी हुई रहती है। इसी प्रकार यदि आपने देखा होगा कि जब कहीं आग लगती है और कोई चलती हुई गाड़ी में आग लगे और हम तेज चलाएं तो वो फैलती ज़्यादा है, ज़्यादा तेज़ी से चलती। क्यों? क्योंकि वहाँ पे ऑक्सीजन जो एयर में अवेलेबल है वो ज़्यादा मिलते हैं तो इसलिए फ्लेम का डेवलपमेंट फास्ट होता है। दैट इज कॉल्ड द टर्बुलेंट। Thus the flame travel pattern divides into the combustion process into four distinct phases. The first phase is spark initiation. Means if perfect homogeneous charge is available and temperature is moderate, say 30 degrees Celsius, so that the spark produced in that it's easily ignite the air fuel mixture. If everything is good considering with the first point, then the development of the flame is instantaneously. If flame develop is इंस्टेंटेनियसली और अच्छे से हो रही है, तुरंत हो रही है, तो ऑब्वियसली वो सिर्फ एक जगह नहीं रुकी रहेगी, वो तेजी से आपका पूरा कंबशन चैम्बर के एरिया को कैप्चर करेगी। अब जैसे ही वो कैप्चर कर लेती है और पिस्टन अपने टॉप डेड सेंटर से पहुंच के पावर स्ट्रोक लेके नीचे जाता है तो अगली जिम्मेदारी जो होती है कि वो फ्लेम तुरंत बुझना भी चाहिए, टर्मिनेट होना चाहिए। यदि वो कंटिन्यू जलती रहेगी तो पिस्टन वापस जब एग्जॉस्ट स्ट्रोक में ऊपर को आएगा तो वो एग्जॉस्ट गैसेस जो लगातार बर्न हो रही है वो पिस्टन को नीचे धक्का मारेगी और मैक्सिमम पावर आउटपुट आपको नहीं मिलेगा।